everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first Where Is of 2019. So today I'm going to be telling you about a missing little girl named Jayme Kloss, and you may have heard about it. It's gotten some national news, but the case has kind of gone cold and I feel like they really need some help to get things going. And I don't know if I can help that much, but if I can at least get her face out there to a few of you guys, and if maybe one of you have seen her, maybe we could do something good here. But before I get started telling you about Jayme's case, I wanted to let you guys know that we do have another Thorn campaign for this Where Is video. This is the new design and this was made by a subscriber. You guys seem to really like designs that actually say Thorn on it, which I totally get. So I think that this is going to be perfect. If you don't like this design, but you still want to donate to the life-changing work that Thorn does to protect children from exploitation and sex trafficking, you can donate using the link in the description box, and that way you can still participate in the campaign even if you don't want a shirt. Guys, I am thrilled to tell you we have raised over $33,000 for Thorn, and I'm just like, I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna do in 2019. You guys are awesome. I think it's so amazing to have so many generous people out there watching my content. I'm truly grateful for any of you who have donated or shared or done anything to help this campaign in any way. Thank you so much. A lot of the times when people go missing, they sadly end up in human trafficking, and human trafficking is one of the biggest things that's going on in the world right now. It's probably one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest. It is estimated that more than 40 million people are in human trafficking around the world. So the work that Thorn does is absolutely incredible. I said this on my podcast the other day, but can you imagine what it would be like to not have any freedom, to not be able to even go to the bathroom when you wanted? You're owned by someone. You are a slave. Many of us luckily don't know what that feels like, but that is reality for so many people. And Thorn is really putting out cutting edge technology to catch these criminals and, bring some of these people out of there, save their lives. So every dollar that you donate really goes back into a great cause, and I'm very thankful for you guys for being part of it. Okay, now let's go ahead and hop into the Jayme Kloss case. So this is Jayme Lynn Kloss. She is 13 years old and is from Barron, Wisconsin. She's currently in 8th grade at Riverview Middle School. She's described as being a very active girl who loved dancing, ice skating, and playing volleyball. She had a close group of friends that she hung out with frequently, and she was also really close with her family. So it seemed like she was just your average middle school girl. These are her parents, James and Denise, and they actually both worked at a turkey factory. They got married on June 9th of 2003 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and James really loved sports his whole life and was a huge fan of the Green Bay Packers, college football, and the Wisconsin Badgers. And Denise actually was a green thumb who loved nature and planting things. You would find her working on flowers or feeding her birds. People knew her as someone who was a very wonderful and kind person. But then on Monday, October 15th of 2018, so this past year, at 1 a.m., a call came into dispatch from the Kloss household. Since the call, they have confirmed that the call actually came in through Denise's cell phone. However, when the dispatcher answered, they weren't able to hear anyone. No one was on the other line saying anything, but they did hear like banging sounds and commotion and some type of disturbance, yelling. And then somehow shortly after all that, the call just got dropped. And when they tried to call back, they just got Denise's voicemail. Police obviously were sent straight to the scene though. In that situation, it's very concerning because a lot of people will dial 911 but can't talk because there's someone there and they're trying to hide the fact that they called. So a lot of people will just dial and like set it down. So that's a very concerning call actually. So police got to their house within 4 minutes. And the first thing that they noted was that the back door had been kicked in. And as police entered the house and started looking around, they discovered both Denise and James Kloss dead on the ground, and they both had been shot. Now, Jayme, their daughter, 13 years old, is nowhere to be found. James was found literally in the doorway with several bullet wounds, so I guess whoever came probably rang the doorbell or came to the door and they opened it and he was like killed right away. And then Denise called from another part of the house and then they came and found her and killed her. And then we don't know what they did with Jayme. Police do say that they have reason to believe that Jayme was in the house at the time of the attack, so we don't know where she went. An Amber Alert was issued nationwide at 3:30 p.m. on October 15th. And then the police had a press conference where they announced that they believed that Jayme had been taken by gunpoint.
Jayme has been described to those who know her as a sweet and shy 13-year-old who enjoys dancing and sports. She has been missing for a day and a half, and our community is concerned for her safety.
Are you getting any tips coming in at this point? It's been more than 24 hours. Are we any closer to figuring out where she is right now?
We continue to get tips all the time. Those tips are being followed up by teams put together by both of the agencies standing behind me, and we continue to follow up on those tips. The 911 call was given that night from the residence on a cell phone, but no contact was made with somebody that was on the other line, and that's what's unusual about that 911 call. There was no one communicating with our dispatcher.
The word help, did you hear that? Did the dispatcher hear that?
I don't know that I don't know if the word help was said. I can't comment on that. I don't know if that was said, but there was some kind of disturbance going on, and that's why law enforcement was sent to the house.
Sheriff, what about the Miami tip? Are you actively searching out the timing? It would seem wouldn't add up, and I'm wondering what your office said.
We are actively researching that tip.
And then police also received a tip from Miami, Florida, of someone who said that they saw Jayme in a car with two men. But that was really it. That same day, a prayer service was held for their family at the St. Peter Catholic Church in Cameron, Wisconsin. And a lot of people came out because this case just really hit home for people. I mean, it's scary to think, not only were her parents murdered, but the fact that she could have been just taken out of her home and who knows who took her is really freaky. And I remember the day that this happened so clear. But it's like one of the most frustrating cases befalling because it seems like nothing has come out that is, actually worth anything. 2 days after she went missing on the 17th, police announced that the tip from Florida didn't seem to be credible.
Officials now saying that sighting is not credible. Jayme's emotional family this morning holding on to hope she will soon be back home.
Tell us a little bit about her and why you want people to care about what's going on.
Jayme's the sweetest little girl. She wouldn't hurt a soul.
But then by Sunday, October 20th, they already had 800 different tips come in, and they went through all of them but didn't get anything solid out of it. So the next day, Monday, October 22nd, investigators identified two cars on nearby surveillance cameras close to the homes and a nearby business, and they believe that these cars may have had something to do with the disappearance of Jayme and the murders of Denise and James. They did come out recently and say that they don't believe these cars actually have anything to do with Jayme. On October 23rd, 2,000 different volunteers met off of Wisconsin Highway 25 to help find Jayme Closs. However, they didn't have any luck. On Wednesday, October 24th, the FBI announced that the Bureau is offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to Jayme.
Now, beyond these posters, many here in this community are naturally wondering what else they can do. Well, the sheriff said today that they simply don't quite know yet beyond urging people to call in those tips. They don't have any more large-scale searches planned, at least yet, he said. That, of course, could change as the days progress.
I'm going to introduce Jennifer Smith, aunt of Jayme, for a short statement.
We would like to thank the community for their continued love and support of our family during this extremely difficult time. It was amazing to see the outpouring of love at the vigil the other night for our sweet Jayme. Jayme, not a moment goes by when we aren't thinking of you and praying for you. Your family and friends miss you so much. Your sparkling eyes, your bright smile, your soft little giggles. Your dog Molly is waiting for you. She's sleeping in one of your sweatshirts and will only eat chicken. Grandpa needs new artwork on his fridge. Aunt Susie wants to go jogging in the park with you. And I want that girl's shopping date we planned. I even brought your favorite iced coffee with me today. To whoever may know where Jayme is, please contact the Barron County Sheriff Department. Jayme, we need you here with us to fill that hole we have in our hearts. We all love you to the moon and back, and we will never stop looking for you.
And something really, really weird happened. On October 27th, a 32-year-old man was arrested because he was found just hanging around the Closs family house in the early morning hours. He was charged with burglary because apparently he was trying to steal some of their clothing. They caught him because they had 24-hour surveillance set up on the home just in case, anyone came back to the scene, and they caught him. However, they don't think he had anything to do with the actual crime and disappearance of Jayme. Anyway, later on that day, there was a funeral held for James and Denise. So let's talk about the crime scene a little bit. There's there's really not much. When police were going through the house and, dusting for fingerprints and looking for DNA and evidence, they discovered little to no fingerprints, which makes them think whoever this was had a very specific plan and was in and out of there very quick. One of the neighbors said that they heard gunshots at 12:30 that night.
I heard one shot, and then the second shot was even louder yet.
And this is bizarre, but they decided not to call police about these gunshots because this area was known for hunting. Now, that would make sense other than the fact that it was 12:30 at night, and who the fuck is out hunting at night? So if only they had called the police. However, what's really interesting to think about here is that if that statement is true and they really heard the gunshots at 12:30, that would be an hour before the call was made to the police. And that would mean that the killer would have been in the house for longer than an hour or so and definitely would have left more fingerprints and evidence. It's pretty hard to not leave any evidence being somewhere for that long. So a few months have gone by and there have been no solid tips about what happened to James and Denise or where Jayme Closs is. On December 15th, Jayme's middle school had a tree lighting ceremony for her. I think it's been really hard for these kids to understand, like, she could still be alive. Actually, probably still is if she was taken like that.
Confident that your messages will be heard as you keep Jayme in your hearts, your minds, and your prayers.
And a lot of people brought up the idea that maybe she killed her parents. I mean, that'd be pretty hard though for her not to leave any evidence of that. She's 13 years old and the police have said that they do not think that she is a suspect in the case. But so far there are no strong leads. People have a couple different theories, the first being human trafficking, and it is entirely possible that Jayme was taken for human trafficking purposes. However, I will say it's kind of an odd way. Like, why kill her parents? I mean, for those of you who don't really know the reality of human trafficking just here in America, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it normally happens at big box stores like Walmarts and stuff, empty parking lots, and it normally happens outside in public. Normally they don't come to your house and kill your parents and take you. And what made Jayme so special that they wanted to take her? It's all just super weird and doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I don't think it's human trafficking as much as I did at first, but I will say it's definitely a possibility. Then there's another theory that maybe someone took her out of fear. Maybe someone was robbing their house and had planned to kill the parents but didn't know that Jayme would be there, and when they saw her they felt bad and just decided to take her with them. And then there's that weird Kyle guy who was caught sneaking into their house to steal clothes. That is very strange, and it's definitely possible that he is doing something weird, because why would he want their clothes? That's so bizarre. That's not a very common thing to steal. So I don't know, that's very weird to me. But there are a lot of theorists that say that maybe Jayme had a secret online boyfriend that was older than her that came and killed her parents and took her. People think that maybe it was similar to, if you're familiar with the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, I covered it, I will link it below, but it's the same type of thing. Her boyfriend came and killed her mom because of the way she was being treated in the home to save her. Maybe there was something going on in the home where this person wanted to take her away from it, but that doesn't seem very likely either. The idea that she has a boyfriend is interesting, but there's literally not a shred of proof of it. We don't even know if Jayme had a boyfriend, and the police actually don't think that she did. But this theory really started gaining traction, and this is kind of where cases like this going viral, it becomes a bummer. It's good that it's getting attention, but this picture started circling around social media. We have no idea who originally posted it, but this was claiming to be Jayme and her boyfriend. Now, to me, this doesn't look like Jayme at all, and the Barron County Sheriff's Department also said that it is not considered credible. They don't think it's Jayme in the picture. It doesn't look like her. So this is just one of those cases with absolutely nothing.
It's been an agonizing 4 weeks for a Wisconsin family after the shocking disappearance of Jayme Closs and the brutal murder of her parents.
The family still searching for the missing teen sat down with Paul Bloom for the very first interview about the case.
One of Jayme's aunts reports she was actually on the phone with her sister, Jayme's mother, Denise, as late as 10 o'clock Sunday night, October 14th, and all seemed normal. That's just a mere 3 hours before their world was shattered. I mean, do you think they were targeted? Is this random? What are your thoughts?
If it was random, there'd be more evidence.
Exactly. I think this was targeted, planned.
But we don't
There's
know.
nothing.
Recent walkthrough of their house where the horrifying mystery unfolded, only complicating their theories.
It brought up more questions for us. Brought up more questions. It was hard, really hard.
The family reports that they've been interviewed multiple times. Investigators administering DNA tests to rule them out as potential suspects, something this group insists they are okay with if it helps find those responsible. I asked them why they've been reluctant to speak out sooner.
It's just unreal. You're so emotional. You don't even know what you're saying, really. I mean, even now, still, you have to go through a big thought process, and it's just...
I think you're so in shock when it,
and
when it
still,
first happened that you just
that's
don't know.
Why, I think, in the beginning, we want this out there everywhere.
But if you have information or think you may have seen Jayme anywhere, please contact the tip hotline at 1-855-744-3879 or send a tip via email to jayme.tips@co.baron.wi.us, and I will have all of that linked in the description box. I feel so sorry for Jayme. I can't imagine what that would be like, having your parents killed in front of you and then being taken somewhere, and like who knows where she even went. And not just Jayme, but her poor parents. Like, damn, that must have been terrifying, having to be in your house and knowing you can't even protect your child because they're gonna kill you. Like, it is just so sad. But we never want to lose hope. With cases like this, it's so important to hang on to hope and to share that picture anywhere that you can of Jayme, or share this video anywhere. If you would like to help in the fight against human trafficking, please consider buying one of those limited edition t-shirts for Thorn. Don't forget, I don't even think I said this in the beginning, but 100% of the profit from those shirts goes to Thorn, everything. But that's it for me today, guys. Stay safe, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.
Where'd you go? Seems like it's been forever. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go?